Willie D Live.
What's up, family? It didn't take long for Yung Miami to be blamed for someone being murdered in connection with shoplifting. That is because Yung Miami has a song called Spend Dat, where she talks about boosting and scamming folks, right? So people were saying, hey, because of that song, Yung Miami gonna get somebody killed. Anyway, fam, 1-year-old Kohen Wiley was a victim of gun violence by police when the vehicle he was in was opened fire on by the police in a Walmart parking lot in Senatobia, Mississippi. I'm gonna bring y'all up to speed with the newscast.
Anything right now, my grandson gone. I just want justice the fast way.
Tonight, the family of a 1-year-old little boy shot and killed by a police officer in North Mississippi calling for justice as the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation now takes over that case. Hi, thanks for being with us. I'm Shay Arthur. An adult was also injured after that shooting that started as a shoplifting call at the Walmart in Senatobia. WRG's Caitlin Barker is live in Senatobia tonight. And Caitlin, you spoke with those relatives just hours after that incident today.
Good evening, Shay. Well, I spoke with many relatives right now. They're very upset and understandably very emotional. And they tell me right now they have more questions than answers.
We don't really know anything. We don't know why it happened or whatever. All we know is that a car was shot up and a 1-year-old baby was killed.
A family is heartbroken after 1-year-old Kohen Wiley was shot and killed during an officer-involved shooting at the Walmart on US 51 Sunday afternoon. According to NBI investigators, the incident involved Senatobia police officers and the Tate County Sheriff's Office. The NBI says law enforcement officers were responding to a shoplifting call. When officers arrived, they, quote, encountered 2 subjects and a juvenile child fleeing the store. Police say when they attempted to stop the vehicle, the driver drove in the direction of the officers, almost striking one. That's when an officer, quote, discharged their weapon before the vehicle fled at the scene.
It didn't have to happen this way. It could have been handled differently.
Nicole Wiley, a relative of those involved in the incident, says she doesn't understand how a shoplifting call could lead to a child being shot and a woman in critical condition that she believes was over diapers.
A Senatobia, Mississippi policeman shot, open fire in a public setting over allegedly some Pampers.
After the shooting, authorities say the driver, along with the child's mother and the child, came to the local hospital where 1-year-old Kohen Wiley was pronounced dead and another individual had critical injuries.
I'm just lost for words, to be honest.
Everybody held accountable.
Someone need to be held accountable for it. It's just not right.
While this family grieves the loss of little Kohen Wiley, they tell me getting justice for the little boy is a top priority.
Everything and everybody that was involved need to be held accountable. I'm not giving up until I get justice. It's a must.
Now, this investigation is ongoing and it's currently being conducted by the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation. Now, the Senatobia Police Department also released a statement saying in part, quote, we are committed to full transparency. As the investigation progresses and facts are verified, we will share as much information as possible, end quote. I'm Caitlin Barker reporting live for your news leader, WREG News Channel 3.
Okay, a tough situation there. We'll continue to follow. Caitlin, thanks so much.
Okay, fam. So the officer has been named, the uncivilized mud who opened fire has been named. Here's the deal, fam. There are people who are saying that the officer should not have opened fire on the car. I'm one of those people. Having said that, we have to realize that the uncivilized mutts don't really view us as humans. They don't view us as worthy of compassion, of moral flexibility. They don't give us the benefit of doubt. You have to understand, and they have been mandated to murder us. You can't tell me different. You know why I say that is because they very seldom are reprimanded when they do murder us. Very, very seldom, which means that they're on code. You dig? They're not going to do anything to risk their pension. They're not going to do anything to risk being ostracized or demoted. They get promoted oftentimes when they kill black people. So we've seen it time and time again, fam, where they go up in these schools and they put handcuffs on our 4 and 5 year olds. Yeah, yes, a 4 and 5 year old is just so out of control that you got to put a handcuff. So I ain't never been around a 4-year-old or 5-year-old that I thought that was so out of control I need to put some handcuffs on them. That's crazy. But they do it because they try to acclimate our children to law enforcement as soon as possible. They like the idea of traumatizing our children. They get off to that because they do not view us as human. And the trip part about it is, for them to have that attitude, they got to be the ones who are subhuman. Yeah, it's on them. What they are doing is projecting. That could easily be stopped with some accountability. That accountability at this stage needs to come by any means necessary. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Now, what I want to know is, how many of you believe that Yung Miami is responsible for this because she has a song encouraging scamming? She has a song encouraging boosting, taking stuff that don't belong to you. Now, the verdict is still out on whether the woman that was inside of the car with Cohen's mother was actually boosting. They said that she stole some or tried to steal some Pampers. Like, even if she did, you don't open fire on a car for somebody trying to get away for stealing some damn Pampers, diapers. Come on, fam. Come on, man. I just wouldn't want that on my record. I wouldn't want on my record that I opened fire on a car because somebody was trying to steal some diapers. Even if the baby wasn't in the car. Even if nobody got hit. I just wouldn't want that on my record. See, if I was a cop, I'd be a top cop. I'd be a bad boy. I'd be a bad boy. I'd get real criminal. I'd be the one in the neighborhood that everybody know he gonna be fair. He's no nonsense, but at the same time, he's a good person. He's a good dude. When he go to work, you know, he's a different beast when he go to work. But as far as a person, a human being, I'd rather have him out there on the beat than anybody because I know he's solid. I know he's a good person. I know he's a compassionate person and he's fair. I'd rather have him out there than any of these other clowns. These uncivilized mutts do not see us as human and worthy of living. Remember, there was a time ago where, a few years back, where these police officers were exposed for using actual black people as targets, like images of black people as targets. Typically, when you're shooting a target, it's a black target, right? It's just a black, what do you call it? It's like a silhouette, right? A black silhouette. You're shooting at it, right? Boom, 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 right? But no, they were using actual black faces and shooting them. Yeah. Uncivilized mutts, fam. Yeah. This is law enforcement all across the United States, not just in the South. Because I know every time something happens in the South, somebody up north or on the west or the East Coast, man, that's the South, man. They racist out there. Man, if you live in the United States of America, it's racist. And let me tell you something else, a little known fact. Every state in the Union benefited from slavery. Every single one of them. All of these banks that you use benefited. The big banks that you use, Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, all of them benefited from slavery. All of them used to insure slaves. Yeah, man. Slave die, slave run away, they paid on. Yeah, they participated, man. Ain't none of them innocent. None of their hands are clean. None of them. So trying to put this on Yung Miami is not cool, because although the song is, it is disturbing, Yung Miami didn't drive that car. Yung Miami didn't walk up inside of that Walmart. And here's the thing. We see people robbing banks, stealing all day long on these movies that we watch, these action and drama movies we watch. We see them killing, stealing, and doing everything else under the sun. And these producers and actors and directors and executive producers, they never get blamed. Never, never, ever. But it's cool when they do it, but when we do it. Now, this is what I'm saying. The song is, I do believe, I think the song is dangerous. But at the end of the day, the onus is on us as consumers, as people, to make sure that we give the right information to our children and even our extended families, to make sure that they get the message. And that's why mental health is so important. Man, we got a mental health crisis here. If people had a better understanding about life and respect for others' property, you wouldn't even have all of this stuff that's going on. You wouldn't have it. You wouldn't have all of this stuff going on. You wouldn't have a lot of this stuff going on if the cost of living was reasonable. If you didn't have the president of the United States raping and pillaging the money. You know what I mean? Like a lot of this stuff. So it's not, while I do agree that artists need to be responsible for their art, I think that you should have some responsibility for what they say. I don't give, even when I was doing it, I don't think everybody just get a free pass to say whatever the hell they want to, just like in comedy. I don't think you should be able to say whatever the hell, because some messages are dangerous, extremely dangerous. But there were people getting killed trying to take something well before Miami made the song Spend Dat, well before that. And after this song is long gone and people forget about it, there'll still be people getting killed trying to take something that don't belong to them. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.